here is what your regular, solution would be, and this is ZZ2's, and this is why we need to say, like, this is why you can make more money.
Dude, I have customers, they call my personal cell phone and they say, do I prefer to do ZZ2 because it gives more profit and less time than everything else?
The operation of our screens to be seamless and flawless to the customer. Whatever the original vehicle, however it operated, they manipulated the screen, we want it to be the same way, that not having to learn something else. It's like being an iPhone user for 10 years and someone hands you an Android phone. Right. Forget about it,
We took the time to validate everything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, okay, so we got something and just throw everything to our dealers.
Right.
Like, oh, we have 5 different, screen replacement units and here we go, let's sell it. Now we have the anti-glare, screens for BMW and Mercedes already. Audi, we still, work on it, but we will have that implementation very soon. The software, you can see the difference. You can compare ZZ to the ZOS with any product that you get from the shelf on Amazon or, Alibaba or whatever people, they come and try to compare. Because again, there's a lot of cars out there with a single DIN slot and no solution to have entry level, I'd say, product that will give you all the wanted technology, right? So MPLAY, single DIN unit that will give you wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, backup camera, everything that pretty much everybody's looking for nowadays, correct? And most of people, I believe, they don't know that's possible to integrate CarPlay into their existing system.
Right, they think they have to buy a $1,500 radio or something like that. Right,
and that's the thing. Like, we have to educate people. We have to educate our customers.
They were saying, they're like, this is my favorite piece, the Z-Wags.
I tell people a lot of times, it is a low-cost, high-margin product that we sell. I mean, the margin that most dealers can make on this is incredible.
Welcome back to Insider 12 Volt Podcast, brought to you by ZZ2. I'm Vega, ZZ2's marketing manager and your host. In today's episode, we'll be recapping everything we showcased at Knowledgefest Las Vegas, where we connected with dealers, installers, and sales reps from around the world. I'm joined by Tiago, our VP, and Steve, our sales manager, and we'll be also sharing some recap footage from our show floor featuring our UK sales manager, Carl. We'll be covering new announcements and product releases, including updates to our DIZZPLAY screen replacement family and what's coming next for ZZ2 in 2026. So if you couldn't make it to Vegas, this episode is your front row seat. So sit back and enjoy the tech talk on Insider 12 Volt Podcast, brought to you by ZZ2. So guys, K-Fest, what do you think, man?
That was a great show. Especially we have a brand new booth. So that was pretty cool. Great opportunity to display our new products. Had an amazing time with Carl, as you mentioned at the beginning. We had a lot of sales rep firms that represent ZZ2 that they passed. They brought a lot of customers to our booth, which was great to have them there. A lot of people interested, asking a lot of questions about our products. So it was a great experience. It was a great show, and
Who was the team? Who came? Like all of us.
So it was
3 of us, plus we had Ed Gonzalez, our Western Regional Rep.
Yeah.
Vin, the owner, the man, the myth, the legend was there. And then like Tiago mentioned, a lot of our reps outside sales firms, brought by their customers to see our booth, see some of our products. And for me, my biggest take back was everybody saying how great and cool they thought our display product was. I mean, those who have done the BMWs have now moved on and started doing the Mercedes.
Yeah.
They understand that we now have Audi as well. And the feedback from them was like, man, that's a great product. Our customers love it. It's super simple to install. It's easy to operate and maneuver and work with your phone and work with any customer, really. So that was what I really liked, was hearing them, giving us the kudos for all the hard work and tech that we put in to figuring these screens out. I mean, it's been a couple years, maybe even 3 that we started out.
We first launched with just BMW, right?
Correct.
And then we were able to then launch Mercedes, also BMW Evo, and then we launched Audi, and we were able to bring all 3 of those pieces out to the show.
That's I think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that was the biggest thing. Like, we took the time to validate everything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, okay, so we got something and just throw everything to our dealers.
Right.
Like, oh, we have 5 different, screen replacement units, and here we go, let's sell it.
Right. We tried Android based, but we didn't really like it because it didn't work that well. So then we came with the Linux based, and man, that was a game changer.
Yeah.
And on top of everything, all the engineering time that we spend, to fix this, always working, improving some features.
And to your point, that makes a really big difference is the fact that we started with BMW because that was something that we were able to test. We tested it through and throughout, and then everybody's like, "Oh, what's up? Let's go. Where's Mercedes? Where's Audi?" And we're like, "Hold on,
right? We're
not going to give you a faulty product. Let's make sure that our engineers take the time to make sure that it's good." And that's why a lot of times the dealer's like, "What's taking so long?" Well, this is why, because when we give it to you, we stand behind that product, right?
Right.
So,
We were pretty much working on all 3 kind of simultaneously when we first started out, but BMW was the one we were getting asked for the most. So that's where we put the emphasis on, making sure that we were pushed out to the customers and released first was the BMW.
Yeah.
Right. We had to adjust a couple times the release date, but it was for a good reason, right?
Right.
And now with those 3 products out there, I can say that I can see the sales already picking up on all of them. BMW was a great success. Mercedes, especially the C-Class, right?
Right. The C-Class and the GLCs.
Right.
Even the MLs and GLs with the big 12-inch screen.
Right.
I mean, it's been impressive how many of those have we sold.
That was a very good choice.
We caught a lot of momentum coming out of K-Fest, too. I mean, last week was a lot of displays getting sent out the back door.
Some of the dealers and installers, that was the first time they saw the product, too. Some people were just walking by the booth. They were like, "What is this?" Right?
And it was funny because they could see the quality live, as we were implementing our kits. Now we have the anti-glare, screens for BMW and Mercedes already. Audi, we still, work on it, but we will have that implementation very soon. And just, aside of that, the physical, the software, you can see the difference. You can compare ZZ2, the ZOS, with any product that you get from the shelf on Amazon or, Alibaba or whatever people, they come and try to compare.
Well, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and go to that because we have Carl, our product specialist, and we recorded something at the show. It was great because I was able to see it firsthand, and it's just so great the way you guys were able to really explain it in detail. So let's go ahead and go to Carl and Tiago at K-Fest.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the ZZ2 display screen replacement. I have my friend Carl over here. So Carl, talk to us a little bit about the whole line of screen replacements for us.
So firstly, since we launched in the UK, they were the product that just launched us and took us to a new level with the products. They've been really well received. Any feedback we've had from some of the customers have been, one of them was the splash screen. They're asking, could we customize that or could we change that?
So let me interrupt you. I got news for you guys. So that's the main reason that the unit's off over here. So that was the feedback that you were getting there, we were getting here. So we listened,
nice.
So we changed everything.
Awesome.
So that's not only for Audi, we have a new splash screen for Mercedes and BMW.
Perfect.
So that's little implementations that we are doing and that we're working every day.
And what's the difference now on the finish on the screen? Obviously, we were aware with the early releases they were like in the piano back gloss, but these are now a nice matte finish.
Exactly. So that's another feedback that we're getting from our customers. They are asking for something anti-glare. So the first ones that were coming up in the market, that was the Mercedes and BMW. As you can see, the feel and touch is much nicer.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, Audi is going to be next right after those two. I'm pretty sure the new batch in the UK will be all anti-glare.
Amazing. And again, I can see that on this last update, you've got a nice fade from the OE screen into the wider resolution there.
Exactly. So this is another thing that we try to be as close as possible to the OEM.
Yeah.
So we want to give like the best experience to our end user, because again, they're using their car, they're keeping the car for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So I guess if we try to do something nicer, a little touch, and that will bring the car like a better look.
And
think
is that something, so for the guys out there that invested in us early on and have already got these in vehicles, can we retrospectively update them to this? Can we give them,
Sure.
yeah?
Yeah, this is
Perfect.
all software update, that we're gonna be releasing very soon.
Amazing.
So, and again, the nice thing about it, as you can see, the Audi, all the OEM functions is still right there on the screen. The OEM side, as we know, you have to keep, using your factory controls. But to go to CarPlay or Android, it's a simple touch to the screen. Touch it, and you will see the CarPlay right there.
Amazing. Oh, and that was something earlier we were playing about with as well, which I think some people are just not even acknowledging, that the USB in is going to allow you to play video through these screens, right? So if people aren't using Netflix on the move or something like that, they could download a film the night before on a long journey and just plug it straight in.
Yeah, another option is the ZZ Pro.
Yes.
So if you have a ZZ Pro, you have 4 apps built into it. You have Netflix, you have YouTube, you have HBO Max, and also Amazon Prime videos.
Perfect.
You can just plug into the USB, hotspot with your phone, then you can have pretty much, all those apps on the screen. And as you can see, it's like very nice resolution.
I mean, we've really pushed that the resolution's high anyway, but on this new matte finish, it's really seems to have taken it to another level with clarity, doesn't it?
Yeah, and again, now we're upgrading from your old style 6.5 to a much nicer screen, which is 10.25 most of the time.
Yeah.
Some Mercedes, this is very important. Some Mercedes, we have the 12-inch screen, like the ML, the GL, the GLE, those big SUVs.
Yes.
So now we decided to go the 12-inch screen to make it more, to match the size of the car.
Yeah, keeping with the car.
Right?
That makes
Exactly.
sense. I noticed you've even done some nice revisions on the box as well.
Right, that's coming up very soon. There's a big, thank you to our marketing team.
Yeah.
We did a great work. You can see like the finish.
Yeah. It's
That
that new box experience, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's kind of the value and the quality is oozing through in the packaging as well.
Of course.
Nice. Yeah, that will definitely be well received. I think the reality is, what we've seen in Europe, no one was in this category. People think they're in this category, they weren't. These things, there's no comparison to these with some of the other products on the market. So again, one of the biggest things I think we saw with the uptake on these screens was the warranty, the 3-year warranty on these screens. People, I think initially couldn't believe we were offering that. And actually, we don't see issues with them either, right?
Right.
And as some of the dealers say, some of the products they've tried before, the warranty runs out at the end of the driveway. There is no warranty on the product.
Correct.
And even if they're offering warranty, can you get hold of anyone? Is there any technical support? Do you actually need the warranty in the first place? Because actually, with a lot of the small questions and things we're having, it's a phone call away, a message away, and it's in that menu. You can find it. You can switch it. Left-hand drive, right-hand drive. Changes on these products are allowing you to show the door indication. If you want that on the screen as an option, you can switch it just with a touch of a button to make sure it's reporting correctly.
Yep. So again, just to be very clear to everybody, so we offer 3-year warranty. First of all, of course, we'd like to put you guys in contact with our tech support team, that they are available. They try to be available almost 24/7 now, right?
Pretty much between us.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
But that's the biggest difference in between, again, ZZ2, the other companies you see online. And this is something that we forgot. The OS. This is Android, this is Linux. Can you talk to a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. So, actually, you're right. There was kind of the elephant in the room there. The most impressive thing for me with these was these are all Linux driven. They're not Android based. So we haven't got any issues with regards to lagging, slow boot up speeds, running out of memory. These things just work. They're robust. And some of the dealers now that are adopting these are using an Android-based product as an example, and they're booting them up together and showing the difference and the reliability and how smooth the screen is.
And then you can see right here, like, look how fast that is. You go to the OEM side, again, you don't lose any factory functions. If you want to go back to CarPlay, you tap, and you see how responsive to touch. And this is one of the great features of our unit.
In fairness, one of the other manufacturers in the hall was demonstrating a product to me earlier today. It was lagging, it was jumping, it was resetting. I think it speaks for itself.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, that was great. That was a great interview with Carl, our product specialist from UK.
That was very good, man. Feedbacks are always important, especially for us that, like we mentioned before, we take that as a part of the development part of the product, because I like to have good feedbacks, of course, but if people are asking for implementations or to change something, that means that we have to improve always a little bit. So, and that's what I got from this interview with Carl, because he mentioned about the splash screen, he mentions about the image on OEM side, and that's what we are doing. We're always implementing our product, not only on the visual part, but behind the scenes as an engineering company. We need to make sure that everything is working perfect, right?
Right. We want the operation of our screens to be seamless and flawless to the customer. Whatever the original vehicle, however it operated, they manipulated the screen, we want it to be the same way, that not having to learn something else. It's like being an iPhone user for 10 years and someone hands you an Android phone.
Right.
Forget about it, We give them a beautiful high-res screen. We wanted them to be able to operate it like they're used to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and he's on the ground, so like he's talking to these guys,
Yeah,
right?
and they were really the first ones to get them. I mean, Europe got them before we did, just because they were a little closer, and because of the launch, we wanted to throw a little something special at them. And that feedback from those shops has been solid as could be. Like I said, we didn't go to some mom and pop shops. We went to the well-known shops in the 12-volt community throughout the United Kingdom and talked to these guys, like we spoke about in one of the other previous podcasts. And that feedback from them is nothing but awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so that's screen replacement. What about ZZPLAY?
Yeah, so that is for those guys that they don't want to replace any OEM parts, right? So you have a nice, interior. You don't want to put any aftermarket parts. We also have the ZZPLAY, which will give you pretty much all the same features as the screen replacement, and you have the factory OEM look.
On that note, Tiago, we're going to go ahead and dive deeper into ZZPLAY, but right after this.
What if upgrading your factory screen felt completely factory? No learning curve, no compromises, just a smarter, bigger, better driving experience. We are in this 2015 Audi A5 and just upgraded it to our all-new Audi DIZZPLAY screen replacement, engineered to modernize your vehicle's infotainment system without losing what you love about OEM. Powered by our ultra-fast ZOS Linux-based operating system, DIZZPLAY boots up quickly and integrates seamlessly with your factory system. It's designed to install easily, work reliably, and feel like it was always meant to be there. Enjoy a HD display, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and full compatibility with your factory controls. Steering wheel buttons, menus, backup cameras, all retained. No glitches, no callbacks, just clean installs, confident performance, and customers who leave your shop genuinely impressed. DIZZPLAY screen replacement works just like factory, only smarter and better. Now available through authorized ZZ2 dealers. Upgrade with confidence, install with ease. DIZZPLAY, the screen replacement your customers will thank you for.
So we're going to talk about ZZPLAY. To me, that's where ZZ2 started. When I came on board with ZZ2 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, I'm not sure. But, that's where we were at. We had our universals, and they were solid sellers. But it was ZZPLAY, the integration of CarPlay or Android Auto into those vehicles that didn't have it or doesn't come with it. That's a huge thing that a lot of customers want that feature, because maybe they have another car that had CarPlay and then they sold it and got a different car that didn't, or they just want to upgrade and have CarPlay like the rest of them. But ZZPLAY has been the bread and butter of this company from the get-go, really. And it's been the best product we've sold out there until the prior one we spoke about, DIZZPLAY.
Right.
It's an integration into the vehicle. Customers don't have to change their screen. Nothing changes other than we open up their car, we install ZZPLAY module into it, and we're going to give them all those great features of the wireless CarPlay, the wireless Android Auto, have a backup camera that features today, also give them the opportunity to have a front camera input, a 3-year warranty, which no one really going to beat. Sorry about that. I kind of walked away from the mic, But, just to me, the ZZPLAY is the golden child of ZZ2, if you ask me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right, and this is, again, for those guys that they don't want any aftermarket parts in the car. So we have a solution for everybody now. That for the ones that buy like a 10-year-old car, they wish they have a larger screen and all the the latest technology, CarPlay, which everybody wants to have it nowadays. But ZZPLAY was something that we started, and I'm glad that we are very successful on that part of the market.
Yes, we are.
You know, in forums, if you go to forums, a lot of people talk about ZZPLAY and ZZ2, how great the integrations are, keep most of the factory functions intact. Not most, but all of them pretty much. Of course, some cars you have to use auxiliary, but most of the cars now you have to use the option to use the factory Bluetooth, which make life easier for
it's
everybody.
Seamless.
Exactly.
I couldn't go any farther without giving a shout out to the tech team. If it wasn't for the techs and the engineering department behind the ZZPLAY, we might not be sitting there having this podcast right now.
Yeah,
exactly. Right, and that's part of the success of the whole company. The support, we always talk about support here, but even Carl in UK, he's like, dude, if we don't have a great support, it doesn't matter how good the product is. If there's no support behind it, the company will fail.
Yeah, and how much and brands and makes and models? We have so many, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, there's very few automakers or vehicle models out there that we don't cover. I mean, we cover from pushing a car Flintstone style to supercar. I mean, you figure it out. We got a solution for you, pretty much.
And the same thing goes behind those products is that we tried to go and test as many as we can, correct? And we go ahead and try to validate these.
Of course.
So that way,
they try to break it. I mean, that's what those tech guys do. We get the cars and they try to break our product, because we want to make sure we have the dominant product, which we do on the market today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had Ferraris here, we had McLaren here.
Yeah.
Bentley, of course, any other cars, but we had the Ferrari 450, not for 450, the 488, the
488.
Dude, that car was like almost $1 million. I was like, what? And the owner was sitting right next to us, and I asked him like, how much is this car? He's like, yeah, I paid like $980,000.
$986, I think, was his number.
I looked like, dude, take this car out of here. Because it's too
that's
much
where
money.
you put on the white gloves.
Right.
Right. So we digressed a little bit off of talking about ZZPLAY, but that is part of our integration pieces. But I will just tell you guys, if you're on the market for something, or if you know somebody, but I know it's not an infomercial, we're talking about this and I'm passionate about it, the ZZPLAY is the best option for your car, by far.
Well, let's go ahead and go deep a little bit into the ZZPLAY with Carl and Tiago over at K-Fest.
So, I'd say the screens for me are my favourite. I love the difference and the uplift it brings to a car. But then there are purists out there that just want to keep their car the way it is, right?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you've put the Porsche one in here, because I think this is a prime example. We're talking BMWs and some of the earlier Mercedes. Those kind of cars, people are happy to chop about and change things and modify them. Whereas typically most of the Porsche owners out there are purists. So,
of course.
For me, this one is just an amazing upgrade, complete transformation of the car, but keeping everything retro, if you like, and how it should be.
Right. So pretty much you go from like an outdated system that looks very, plain. There's nothing over there, to a 21st century, and that will give you all the latest technology right there. And so the nice thing is it's fully integrated with the factory touchscreen. I know the touch is a little, but
that's the Porsche, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not us. It's but actually the resolution and the clarity on that old screen is pretty good when we're putting our interface through it, right?
Well, right. And again, you can do the touch, or you can also use the knob right below the screen.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
So another thing that we can forget about this is besides wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, now you can add backup camera. Most of the sports cars, they don't have backup camera. 2013, 12, all the way up to 19.
Yeah.
They don't have factory option for backup camera. So with this piece now, you add a backup camera. You do have the option to do a front view camera as well, because those cars are so low, right?
Yeah, of
While
course.
you're parking or things like that, you don't want to damage your bumper.
So now, obviously, doing the CarPlay Android Auto interface update, you're giving them that ability to add the camera then or at a later date, right?
Yes, exactly.
Whereas obviously,
input will be there, right? So
yeah, of course.
It's just, I would say, upsell your customer to a camera, because the installation will be pretty much the same. Of course, you're going to have to run the wire, but
Yeah, I actually overheard one of the team talking to someone the other day on the stand about exactly that they're talking about adding a camera.
Right.
Didn't even realise CarPlay was an option on the car because of the age of the car.
Right.
All of a sudden, they've got all of today's technology in yesterday's car. Right?
Of course.
And so talk me through, obviously, some of these cars we don't see in Europe or the dash.
Right.
But so this one's unusual with 2 screens, right?
Right. This is the Honda and Acura. So it's from like 2014 to 2019 Honda Odysseys, which is the like little van. So
Yeah.
it's very popular. So the nice thing is, again, it's one of the old GUIs. You see like how
Oh, wow.
outdated
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. It
I
looks-
just presumed this was quite a new car, but you can see when you back it out to that
right?
system, it's old, right?
And then, once the piece is installed, you just press and hold the menu button and it will bring it. This is the ZZ2 main menu, but once you pair the phone with it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
of
then
course.
you have CarPlay, Android Auto. And again, most of our units, I would say all of our units, will give you the backup camera as we mentioned and front
Amazing.
view camera input as well. So on this side, we have Chevy. So of course we're in US, so it's big here. All
Yeah,
the
of
pickup
course.
trucks, Silverados, Sierras, Yukon, Suburbans, and also the Escalades, the SRX, the ATS, the CTS. So it's all compatible with the. This is the same thing. It works with the touch. I don't have anything hooked up right now here, but it's the same thing. You go from the OEM side
Yeah.
to ZZ2 CarPlay units right
Amazing.
there. And it's very important to mention that once you install our kits, right, you make sure you have your phone in the pocket, Bluetooth on, Wi-Fi on. As soon as you unlock the car, you sit down on your seat. As soon as you turn the car, you start the pairing procedure right away. So in less than a minute, now you have your CarPlay on the screen because CarPlay automatic pops up on the screen. It takes over the screen. And you have all your apps right there, map or music or whatever you were looking for. We're talking about the ZZPLAY family, right? So
Yes.
this is fully integrated into the factory system. So if you own a car, you don't want to replace any factory parts.
Yeah.
This is what you're looking for the ZZPLAY, correct?
Yeah, so just to recap, the screens are DIZZPLAY because it's actually a display.
Correct.
And this is a play because you're playing through the original system.
Exactly. And
Amazing.
another thing is very important, this is all plug and play. We don't cut, we don't splice any cables behind the dash. And it comes with, what's the warranty again?
Do you offer 3-year warranty on the interfaces?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
same.
I've
same
learned
as-
something myself today.
So this is the same warranty as the display.
Amazing.
So we'll give you the 3-year warranty. Again, biggest difference from what you see online. There is a lot of work behind the scenes, right?
Yes.
As we mentioned before, the tech support is available. We are in contact all the time. We try to address the problems right away.
And the interfaces by default seem to be needing a little bit more technical support. Sometimes it's people being a little bit more afraid of pulling the car apart.
Of course.
Sometimes it's some settings depending on the specification of the car, right? Resolution of the screen, whether it's got a factory camera or not. There are a handful of small settings,
Right.
but we're there to help. And again, I think for me, maybe I'm a bit too superficial, but even the boxes that they come in are
Right.
nice and kind of just ooze a bit more quality. The competition out
Of
there,
course.
from what I see, a white box.
Right.
And maybe if you're really lucky, it's sleeved white box, but
Right.
actually it's kind of looks a generic product.
Exactly.
Whereas these are really nice kind
Look at
of
the finish. You see the
yeah,
glare
exactly.
here?
And it just, I don't know, it just tells me that there's a little bit of love gone behind packaging the
Of course.
product.
And another point that we forgot to mention. So if the car has a Bluetooth audio streaming, so our units use the factory Bluetooth audio source
Yes.
to pass the audio through, right?
Yes,
So
yes, so quality's not lost. Yeah,
Exactly.
yes.
So at this moment, the phone is always communicating directly with the radio. So there's no auxiliary needed. So the phone communicates with the radio for audio, and pretty much what we're doing, we're just replicating the CarPlay Android Auto image right on the screen.
But that doesn't mean that we don't cover the cars that don't do it, right?
Correct.
So we do have auxiliary solutions. We do have other ways of channeling that audio through.
Yeah,
But
especially like the older BMWs, like
Yes.
04, 05, 06 with the CCC, they don't
Yes.
have Bluetooth audio streaming.
some of the early Audis, right? We're using the multimedia plugs.
Exactly, like all the especially the Symphony concert system. They don't have the audio Bluetooth. They have phone calls on Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So people, they assume they have, I have phone call Bluetooth, so they assume that they
Yes.
have audio streaming.
Understood.
And that's not the case.
another great product and another great conversation that I had with Carl was about the MPLAY, single DIN head unit with CarPlay, Android Auto, and backup camera. We talked about this many times, how great that product is and how important it is to our product line. Because again, there's a lot of cars out there with a single DIN slot and no solution to have, a entry level, I'd say, product that will give you all the wanted technology, right? So MPLAY, single DIN unit that will give you wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, backup camera, everything that pretty much everybody's looking for nowadays, correct? So
and the awesome feature, it's a touch screen radio.
Right, and very high definition.
Super high definition.
Right. So you are actually the one that's hitting the road every time. And what's the feedback that you get from the customers?
It fits a solution that customers need. I mean, the dealers are very happy. Do they get a lot of customers that come in and need a single DIN radio? Not really. But when they do have those customers that need it, want it, whatever, might even be for their golf cart or their car, they have a solution they go to that's a cost affordable that gives them all the features they're looking for, like you spoke about before: the wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, touchscreen, rear camera input, external mic.
And those radios, they're going to every single car pretty much. I've seen like 1982 pickup Chevys, I've seen Ferraris going with the MPLAY. And I think this is great because it's endless possibilities of doing, MPLAY, because like I mentioned, there's so many different cars out there and there's very little solution. And again, for the price and the features.
Beat it. You can't. The price, the features, the compatibility, opportunities. I mean, it's a great piece.
So let's go ahead and go to Carl and Tiago again at K-Fest to dive deep into those features.
So the MPLAY has been really well received as well as soon as we launched in the UK, which is the oversized single DIN, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty broad application. It fit most of the older vehicles.
Of course.
Price point is ridiculous for what it is. Comes with external mic for Bluetooth, right, for hands-free. Allows you to add a camera.
And there is actually a built-in mic right here as well. So
I see that.
So 2 mics.
Awesome. But the biggest thing really, I think, is initially people are, it looks a little bit like some other pieces on the market. But realistically, there's only a certain amount of ways you can design a screen to fit in a single DIN.
Right, exactly.
But it's really where it comes into its own, again, is the UI on it, right? The functionality, how smooth it is, the touch. Linux-based again?
Linux-based,
right?
yeah. The ZOS, yes.
So, talk me through where you felt this was marketed towards. I guess it's the old cars, the work vehicles, something.
Exactly. So there's a lot of cars out there that they have the single DIN slot.
Yeah.
And some people, they don't have the money to upgrade to a new car. They or maybe one of those classic cars.
Yes.
They don't want to touch anything, but they really want CarPlay because now they are driving a brand new Mercedes. Let's put it this way, with the CarPlay.
Yes.
And now they want to drive on the weekends the classic car.
Yeah.
And they want to upgrade and have the latest technology. At least we have the option now with the MPLAY. And
I mean, it's a decent sized map, isn't it?
Of
really,
course.
you can't. What else can you ask for? I mean, it's nearly to the edge of the actual surround, so
right.
it's not like you've got this big black
high definition.
border. Yeah.
If you look very closely, you see like all the little details, and very smooth to control with a touch.
That is smooth. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
So what's funny about the MPLAY, when we decided to release here in US, I thought that we wouldn't have a market.
Yeah.
Like, dude, who's looking for a single DIN head unit?
Yes,
And then first month we released it. In 2 weeks, 350 units were sold in 2 weeks.
Wow, as a soft launch, really, right? It wasn't,
Exactly.
it was just an addition to the catalog.
Right, and again, we were like, I wasn't expecting to be selling them as many as we sell, and now we're almost 2 years in, we're close to 10,000 units sold.
That's crazy.
Which for us, which we're not into the head unit market, and now we have the MPLAY, which has been a very success, throughout our dealers. We have customers that walk into the shop and says like, I want that single DIN with a yellow box.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So again, it's a big work on our team and the marketing team, we have a huge staff behind the scenes that nobody sees. But when they walk into a shop, this is like, I want to see the yellow box.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And actually, in truth, from my perspective, being reasonably new to the ZZ2 brand myself, being aware of it, head unit markets are deemed to be a really hard place to break into, right? So actually, what I've seen is with the dealers that have started adopting this and putting it in, they'll go, oh, we'll try one. Oh, the price point's good, we'll try one. The reorder is 3. And then the reorder is another 3. And then instead of every couple of weeks, it's every week. And just suddenly they're believing in the product, they've played with it, they've had customers. What we're seeing a lot is it's a customer, old van, small car. They bought it for their daughter's birthday. Then suddenly the mum's come back in and the dad's put it in his work van because it just works. It does what it says on the box. And actually, I think a little bit more. So the other items that, unless you've got anything to add on the MPLAY, I was going to talk about the dongles. But.
I mean, the MPLAY we forgot to mention. So it will give you wireless CarPlay. It will give you wireless Android Auto. And also will give you backup camera input. So, with those 3 features, I think those are the most wanted features that you want in a car, right? Because you have safety with the camera. Of course, the CarPlay as well. We don't have to watch your phone and grab your phone anymore. Everything is right on the screen. But and the best thing about the MPLAY, as we mentioned before, is the price, which is
it's I think you probably remember when we did the launch and we were talking about pricing in the room. And we asked them where they felt it would be, and we were coming down, and they're like looking at each other after they played with it, realizing how it just does what it's supposed to do, and it works, and it's not laggy, and the sound is good coming out of it.
And again, we're not gonna win any sound competition with this.
Of course.
But as I mentioned before, everything you want nowadays, it's built into it. The MPLAY to us, it's a great addition to our family.
Definitely.
And I'll give you a little hint here. We have new things coming up very soon.
Awesome. Well, if this is the foundation, just the start, then I'm looking forward to seeing the new additions to the family.
So as you mentioned, the ZZR family here.
So again, this is something I think that, being brutally honest, it's not something brand new. It's not unique to what we do. But we do it right. We do it properly. So these are. Start with the Duo. So the Duo is a wired to wireless CarPlay or Android Auto interface, right?
This is like the starting unit, right? There's nothing fancy to it. It's basic functionalities. And it seems like, why would I do this? But once you start using it, right? You had one in your truck.
I was hooked straight away. I mean, for me, as you know, I kind of try to think I'm American, so I've got my truck in the UK and it's lifted with big. So hit a bump hard and my USB-C jumps and my CarPlay would drop off the screen, come back on the screen, or mid-call it would jump between CarPlay back to traditional Bluetooth and then back. And it was such an annoyance to me. Put this in and it was just a game changer for me on a daily basis, being on the road a lot. But actually one thing that I do with this all the time, this lives now in my laptop bag. And as you know, I travel around a lot overseas. I use it as soon as I get to an airport now, pick up a rental car, I just plug this in the rental car. I'm already paired to this. So I'm not having to worry about the language in the country I've just arrived on. I'm not having to worry about paying my phone. I just get in, plug it in, drive off. It caught me out once because the car had wireless CarPlay and it's kind of having a bit of a moan because I'm trying to do it twice. But honestly, for me, after a long day, long flight, tired, just want to get somewhere, I'm plugging in and driving off. I think there's a market
here. That's actually
a
good point. I forgot about it. So you can unplug from one car, bring to the other one, so you have wireless CarPlay pretty much in every single car, right?
Yes, exactly. All right, well, thank you.
No problem, and again, pleasure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna push those products over there in UK, and again, keep in mind, MPLAY news coming very soon.
Awesome, look forward to it.
So it seemed like this year, this show,
I did notice
we had more dealers bringing, or more reps bringing their dealers to us to want to show us our line.
You know what I also saw too is that I saw that the reps, they spoke very highly of ZZ2. I'm listening to these guys and they were like, and they knew their stuff, which maybe 3-4 years ago I was like, okay, they know their stuff, but now they're like, they knew everything. They knew all the features. I was like, oh man, I want to videotape.
Look, that's because I believe, I'm not, I can be wrong, but they all sell amp speakers, which is universal. So there's nothing new to that. And we are bringing something unique. So
Right, we're outside most of their product cards. Like he
Right.
said, most of them, it's amps, it's speakers, it's head units, it's dash cams,
Right.
it's radar detectors, it's GPS trackers.
And you can bullshit on our niche of the market
Right.
because either you know or you don't know.
Right.
Because
right.
if you don't know and you're trying to sell something that you don't know, you're gonna sell the wrong thing.
You're going to burn someone's car up.
So
or the radio.
I think they're learning with the time,
Yeah.
and they get excited because all the shops, they see the value because they make good money on our integration. You get a Ferrari McLaren unit, they make good money because they're not gonna charge the customer 3 hours installation. They're gonna charge the customer 8 hours
For the whole day. It's a
Right.
whole day. They're
Right.
basically, it's $3,000 probably for labor.
Right, and even like not only that part on the ZZPLAY, but display, it seems simple. They charge 3 hours on average. For the end user, it's not a difficult installation, but they can be done very fast if they know what they're doing.
Well,
you
I think
know?
a lot of the way that these reps know about our product is we've pretty much had the same reps for a number of years.
Right.
And I'd like to think that the sales team, myself, Justin, and Ed, and Tiago, everybody themselves are helping educate these guys when we spend time in their territories with them.
Yeah.
Helps them kind of understand our product a little more too, because they are very interested in our product. Now, we do have a niche that we have to fit in, and we fit into it very well, but it is kind of a niche. So, you got to push a little harder maybe to drive our product than if you just walk in with a truckload of speakers and amps and subs.
Yeah.
But when they are able to speak to the value of ZZ2 to their dealers, man, those dealers are like, well, what do you know?
And
I need to give that a shot.
That's a great
man.
point. I think we need to emphasize on that a little more, and in our maybe marketing material, and let people know like this is. At the end of the day, they want to make money, right? So we need to show how you can make money, and then what we started doing, and I think it's been working, is that before and after, but our comparison charts. I think to show here is what your regular solution would be, and this is ZZ2's, and this is why we need to say like this is why you can make more money.
Dude, I have customers. I have a couple customers that they call my personal cell phone and they say, "Do I prefer to do ZZ2 because it gives more profit and less time than everything else? Because you're gonna do the audio system.
Right.
That's it's a long,
Could
long
be a
day.
couple days.
Yeah,
Depending upon what they're putting in it.
running cables and doing installations, replacing speakers. With our unit, you can get in and out of the car in 1 hour, an hour and a half. Of course, it depends on your skills and if you know
It
the
depends
car
on the
very well.
vehicle as well sometimes.
Yeah.
But I have this feedback multiple times.
But also too, not only the skill, but like the instruction and the support. You grab a unit that you bought from who knows where,
Right.
and you have an issue with trying to install it, you can't get anybody on the line, or it takes days before you get somebody. So the in and out is not only the ease of install, but also the ease of being able to communicate with tech support, our sales team. All of that comes into play of how fast you could turn around a product and install one.
Perfect example, just last week when I was in California.
Keep them.
Customer or walked into a shop, not a current ZZ2 dealer, started pitching ZZ2. As I'm sitting there, FedEx delivers him an Amazon screen replacement for a BMW.
Oh, shit.
He didn't, a brand new dealer, didn't know anything about ZZ2. I was like, wait a minute, let's take a look at this thing. Android, terrible instructions.
Return it.
So that's what we did. While we were there, we had him sign up immediately, become a ZZ2 dealer. And then the very next day, he ordered a display for that BMW from us and returned the one from China, or was going to attempt to turn the one to China.
And again, I know we always say about this multiple times. The end result, it might be very similar, right? They all going to have CarPlay, Android all on the screen. And it looks good. But again, the time, it will, show the value of our product because there's, it's not going to be laggy. And even like the whatever we just showed with the Carl on the K-Fest floor, the anti-glare, it's little details that makes a lot of difference. How many calls you have people saying like, oh, I can use because the glare of this, because this Amazon piece, there's a lot of glare. So,
Or
now,
polarized sunglasses.
right. So now we are always looking for, implement our products to make it better. So,
Well, how did the fact, just because, excuse my ignorance to it, but how did the factory screens look? Or do they have
like
anti-glare?
Anti-glare.
A small anti-glare.
Yeah.
So some screens are just a little bit more
right,
shiny than others, or
and
is
it
that how it works,
also
or?
depends on the location of the screen, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
most of the radios they're tucked in the middle of the dash, and now the latest models now they have them
up on top in the
So
windshield.
the
again,
sun comes
right.
a lot
And
closer.
again, the glare will always exist because it's impossible to make something that's not gonna, not show the glare.
Right.
But if we can make something better and the customer will like better, I think that's the key, right?
just by putting that matte screen.
Right.
Even
And
the
if
feel
you-
is
yeah,
it
that's
feels
what I was about
cool
to
too.
say. Like the feel, it feels like OEM. You touch the screen.
Well, and then it doesn't look like you've been eating fried chicken and touching your screen. You get greasy fingers
That's
all
right.
over. it.
Fingerprints as well,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it helps with the fingerprints.
When the car's off, you don't look up there and be like, "Golly, you're nasty, man. Wash your hands, dude."
Yeah.
Well, I do want to back up to one thing real quick because of just came back from my trip in California. The comparison charts asked for nonstop, especially the universal ZZ Air comparison chart.
That's good.
Every shop I went into said, "Dude, send me 5. I need these. I want these on every countertop, and I want these in my salespeople's hands because it's a nice piece. I mean, it's as long as the vehicle or head units got wired CarPlay, these are the options we can give you for wireless, streaming, mirroring, whatever you want to do. So I mean, it was one of the best things that you've come up with. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a
So
great
then we
chart.
just gotta. That's the thing. We're listening and we're trying to find new ways and better ways to help sell the product. So, and I think comparison charts, and I think we should even do like profit comparisons too, like money. Like how much more can you save or make or whatever it may be, time, like all that
sales. I mean, it's especially like a tent shop. I tell people all the time, a tent shop, if you're not a tent shop and don't have our universals in it, you're losing. You're throwing money out the window. Right. Because every tent shop, that car comes in, it's there for several hours. You're going to look down, you're going to see an Apple cord or an Android cord, whatever it might be, coming out of the USB. Look up the car, see if it has CarPlay. If that car already comes with wired CarPlay and you see those people, you should have a universal one of our products plugged into that car, paired to your phone. So when you deliver that car and show them their tent, be like, what is this? That's my CarPlay. Wait, you're not connected to anything.
Right.
Exactly. You're wireless. Because I can tell you right now, in my truck, I currently have wired CarPlay. It's kind of funny. I work for ZZ2 and I don't have a universal item, but it's frustrating. I mean, it really is frustrating.
we got.
Let's pretend you have one.
Well, I'm not in my truck that often either. I mean, if I'm not in my truck, but it's frustrating to jump in your truck and have to plug in. You're like, well, this sucks. I mean, it doesn't really suck. Let me rephrase that. It just, sometimes you're like trying to get somewhere and you're like, oh, shit.
It's a convenient thing. Like I remember I had my Palisade. And then when we released the ZZ Air, which one was the first? CP.
PCP.
Right, CP, that was the first one. And then I was like, do I need this? And I plugged it in, and then I was like, wow. I mean, just the hassle of taking the phone out of your pocket and then plug it in. And I'm the type
Then
of
you
guy.
have to unlock it.
And I'm the type of guy that if I have a full battery, I don't like to charge my phone anymore. Mm-hmm. So that was great because, I have... I leave it charging all night long. So, and then after that, once I see the value of the product on my daily, commute, now I can sell it because I experienced the solution myself. Right. I know how good it is, and I know how convenient it is.
Convenient, yeah.
So that's what I tell everybody, like, dude, plug one in your car, use it. Because if you get familiar with the unit and the product, it makes life easier to sell it. Easier. So everybody that brings a car in, there's no CarPlay. Maybe the customer wish to have CarPlay. But again, this is a very fraction of the market that most of people out there ask your relatives, like, hey, what car do you have? Would you like to have CarPlay in your car? They're like, I think that's not possible. I don't have the money to buy a new car. Like most of people, I believe they don't know that's possible to integrate CarPlay into their existing system or even replacing the screen, things like that.
Right, they think they have to buy a $1,500 radio or something like that.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, we have to educate people. We have to educate our customers. We're just talking about profit, right? People make installations in a couple of hours and make good money. So as part of what we should do in the future, and this is for our shops, and if they want to learn more And to be more profitable with ZZ2, we should create like maybe a webinar, you know, and teaching them installation and how to install the kit, how easy it is to integrate, especially with the display now. Dude, these things, you don't even have to find a place to mount the modules anymore.
Yeah, it's the simplicity of this, the install of it. I could probably do it.
Right.
I know it's going a long way.
And this is actually the most difficult part that we have, you know, like the installation. Like we can talk about Z-Wags all day long here, how easy it is. Like we went to a show not too long ago, and I installed a Z-Wag in a brand new F250 in like 15 minutes on a parking lot.
Just like we did at the Ag Show, the World Ag Show in California. We did it right there at the booth. I showed up with the piece.
So, and people
Plugged
think,
it
like,
in.
oh, this is not something that I needed. Maybe you don't need this. But, dude, will open up a brand new market. It will open up a brand new way of making more money and make your shop more profitable.
I always ask them.
What you said about the webinar might be a good thing because, you know, even we could split it up into like sales, tech, marketing, you know, and then the things that you should be asking your customers when they walk into the shop. Hey, man, what do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. You never know. They're going to say construction. They could say, you know, I own
real estate.
Real estate.
They
real
have
estate is
cars.
important too.
Right.
Because they put their cars at the side to put their signs down. I mean, there's
Or even
tons of
CarPlay.
things.
Like they are a real estate agent. Now, instead of grabbing your phone and enter the address, now you say, hey, Siri, take me to whatever.
Right.
And, you know, it makes life easier.
Yeah.
Or if I've seen this happening multiple times, customers, they are driving customers to a place and they need to put a video on the screen, like, you know, little introduction about what they're about to see on on the site. So they can plug USB to.
Wow, I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they can give like a sneak preview before they ever get to the residence.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Right in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use your iPad too, but but yeah, I get what you mean.
Right.
But I mean, you're in the car. Here, check this out. I mean, there's
Right.
tons
While
of
you're
solutions.
driving, they can watch the video to preview of where they're going next.
You can have an eye on an iPad, yes. But then the same thing with the ZZR Pro. There's always somebody looking for an integration to make life easier. You know, you can get one of the suction cups and put your phone there, and then you have the map. You don't need CarPlay. But it's always like touching something, right?
Inconvenient.
It's an inconvenience. It's in the way. It's blocking your view. You got to
Right.
plug it in. It vibrates and drops off the damn window, and you're
falls
like, "Come
every
on!"
single-
Exactly.
And that could cause an accident. I remember I used to put my phone up on the like near the screen, and when I would turn, the phone would go, and then you're doing this,
Right.
And that could be dangerous, you know.
Right.
Right. That's the.
But again,
the
the-
beautiful thing of ZZ2 integration is the safety. You
Right.
got hands-free calling, hands-free maps, because Siri will tell you right turn in 600 feet.
Right. Do you need all this? Maybe not. But if you have it, it will be much better.
Makes your life easier.
Inconvenient, yeah.
We're thinking about, we're all old. You might not be. Me and Vega are kind of old enough to remember. You go on a road trip, you want the
map.
atlas or a map,
Yeah.
or even the early days, you would map quest it.
Right. I remember that part.
Yeah.
What kind of pain in the tail that was, But
Yeah.
now life is easy. Everything's at our fingertips, or really at our voice nowadays with Siri or Google or Android or whatever their assistant's called. I mean, either way.
Alexa, Grok.
All you got to do is
Gemini.
just shout it out, and something's going to pop up,
Yeah.
Right.
They're listening right now.
Right. That's why I didn't tell anybody's name before they'd be getting zoomed down on us.
We didn't talk much about Z-Wags at K-Fest too, at Knowledgefest. There was some good reaction. I think Ed had a couple people come by and they were saying, they're like, this is my favorite piece, the Z-Wags.
I tell people a lot of times, it is a low-cost, high-margin product that we sell. I mean, most of our products are, but this one's really a low-cost, high-margin. I mean, the margin that most dealers can make on this is incredible.
I call the easy
And it's
money.
it is easy money.
Category. Dude, it's so easy.
It's like set it and forget it. You plug it in a vehicle and you put it out in front of your shop with it activated and strobing and flashing. It draws attention. People come in. I hate to keep going back to what I just did in California, but that's what it did. It drew people into the booth that we were at. And before you know, we're selling it, and they're driving 10 miles up the road to get it installed in the shop from the booth we were at.
Right.
I mean, it's all you got to do. It's an attention getter, and then it's too easy to sell. because of the fact that it's high safety and visibility.
We should do an episode called Easy Money, brought to you by ZZ2.
Yeah.
And show you how that's cool.
So easy it is.
Easy money.
Right.
I like that, man. That rings. I got
We
to
could
write that
set
down.
up. We could set
Don't
up
forget easy money.
a pop-up tent on a corner of a parking lot somewhere and turn Tiago's truck on and see how long it takes before we sell one.
Right.
I bet it's less than 35, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
On any intersection in South Florida.
Catalog. Grab that catalog. Let's talk a little bit about that. What was your take on that? And
This can get left on a counter right next to any of the other, booklets they might have from some of their audio vendors, because they have big brochures like this. Not a smaller one like we had before, like a catalog. This one's really nice. It breaks it down. Everything high resolution. I say high resolution. I mean, what do I know? Easy to read, maybe, is a better word to look at.
Yeah.
It feels good. It doesn't feel cheap. It looks good. It's very informative. I mean, it lists everything almost that could possibly be needed to qualify a vehicle for a dealer.
Right.
You know,
I think it's
a
like,
nice piece.
like what you said. I think there's a lot more information on there that you could gather, and then obviously we have the digital. Do we have the digital version of that? And then all the features, everything. There is some of the comparison charts. What we did is
awesome.
We try to do that inside of each product. So
Right there.
I mean, that was a lot of the feedback I got as well. Like, man, this is nice. This is like everybody else's type of deal,
right.
Even though ours is way more informative than anything else out there on the market. I mean, if you want to look through it, you'll find everything you need. Year, make, model, screen size, if you're trying to qualify.
So yeah,
I like it.
That's
I like
good.
it a lot. It's going to be hard for you to make that one any even better. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Marketing team's going to have to put in some work, 'cause that's good.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
This is the page.
That's the page, the ZZ Air comparison page. We have that flyer. It's double-sided.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
It
Very,
takes a lot
very
of time
good.
to make it, but once we have it ready, it's very good.
Well, just think,
Application,
man.
it shows applications
That's our
and everything.
winter catalog. Wait till we bust out the spring catalog or the fall catalog.
Right.
Shh. More items coming. That's for sure.
We're back, guys. That was it. I mean, we have so much more to talk about. I'm sure we could sit here all day and talk about how K-Fest went and what we did and what we ate, what kind of food we ate too. That's a whole episode in itself. But yeah, we talked about DIZZPLAY, we talked about ZZPLAY, we talked about MPLAY, some of our ZZ Air products as well. And man, what was the biggest thing that we actually, another huge category that we launched was easy to power.
Correct.
And we were going to try to fit it in this show, but we know that it's going to be too much. It deserves its own show, right? So stay tuned, because we also did an interview with Vin, and he talks some real good tech details about easy to power and what that's all about.
We all learned from him. That's
we did. Yeah, we did. I felt like I was in class.
That was a private class for us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Actually, I think there was a class going on behind him or something was happening behind him. And I was like, this is more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I learned more. I thought I knew something about it, but now I know a little bit more about it.
Yeah. So, great, man. A great episode. I'm glad we did it again. And guys, we've been having some great response from that. And also, if you guys want to come on the show, we actually talked to a lot of dealers and installers out there, and they're like, "Oh, I saw your podcast. What's the next one going to be about?" And I'm like, "Dude, come on board, and we'll get you on." Right. So I think
that's great feedback.
Yeah. Once again, from Vega,
Tiago,
Steve.
This is INZZIDER Podcast, brought to you by ZZ2. Thanks for tuning in. The INZZIDER 12-Volt Podcast, brought to you by ZZ2. I'm Vega. We'll see you on the next episode. Stay informative, stay innovative, and stay connected.
Oh shit!
Disconnected everything.
You just whacked him.
What just happened? I unplugged you, dude. My bad, man. Oh, he's gonna hit something.
Oh, you're the Toro, so be cool. Oh, dude,
shit.
What do you hit? A lot of shit, dude.
Oh, camera one is gone. Hold on.
Man, we're just killing it today. I think I need